STC. What the hell? Oh. Yeah. This is so
hello, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to the VRV Dev Roundtable number 12. We've been doing this for over a year, guys. We skipped last month, but
Has it been a year?
12. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice.
crazy. It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
So there may be a couple other people filtering in, but figured we get started. So just, I guess we'll start with you, Robert. You had a pretty big breakthrough with Heartlands.
Oh my god,
Shadow.
It's fucking huge. Like, okay, shadows in VR are perfectly fine. Like, we have this kind of, shadowing, this fake. What would you call this? This is like a.
So I call it self shadowing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like an old like blend Fong style shadowing thing, isn't it? Like a lighting thing. Yeah. Anyway, it's really, this is a really old, like, it uses like the normal or some shit to project shadows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or project darkness.
Yeah,
What, not
projects it based on like the directional light, the direction.
Yeah. So it's very simple kind of stuff. And blob shadows are simple. Anyone can set those up in a day. I could set those up with a headset on right now. But yeah, we now have fully unlit materials that are casting shadows. It's like a material trick, and they're fully dynamic. So like I can have my entire town shadowed now with like building shadows and people, and like it works on like if you stick your hand into a shadowed area, it shadows your entire hand. The shit is fucking crazy.
Nice. So
it's gonna be a game changer.
Do you sit down and like, I'm gonna add shadows, or did something just pop up and you're like, oh shit? Or
I've been trying to add shadows on and off since like before the project began. Like since I started working with unlit materials, like way back in like Medieval Designer, because I knew it had to be possible because you can multiply anything onto a material. Like it's really that fucking simple. Like if I wanted to put like a blood splatter onto this fucking table without dealing with decals or whatever, I would just multiply a blood texture onto the material here. I mean, that would be expensive because texture, but it's easy to do. So the thought would be with the proper math and the proper shapes and directionality, you should be able to multiply darkness from like a render target onto a texture in order to give it shadowing, or what appears to be shadowing. And yeah, it things. I can't believe it finally works.
Nice.
What I'm mad about is the fact that I've been trying to like, this final push for this has been happening since before I went to SIGGRAPH. So like 3 fucking weeks. And it's just been day after day of the same shit, working on it. And it's been just not compiling, couldn't find the right resources, whatever. It crashed my computer like full stop several times, just out of memory. I got to upgrade to a Threadripper because like 128 gigs is not doing it for me anymore. So yeah, but then just now, right before I got on the call with you guys, now it's compiling on the Oculus branch, and I'm mad about it because I don't know why. I didn't change anything. It just started compiling for no reason.
That
anyway.
Little video you shared with us, it looked freaking amazing. Because
dude, right?
I played the demo, and it's like I don't think about shadows unless I like see something. But then you showed that video with them, and I'm like, holy fuck, that looks good.
Wait till you see it in the fucking town, dude. Like
That's
going
crazy.
under the bridge and there's a fucking shadow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be incredible. So when I release my little graphical showcase, and the Red Matter guys, I'm sure they're great, but they can eat my ass. It's gonna be awesome. They may have ray traced reflections or whatever the hell, but I'm gonna have unlit shadows that are shadowing things, even though it's unlit, and they're gonna be dynamic, and they're super fucking. They're basically free. It's insane. I think my wife thought I was fucking crazy last night because I was just like, it fucking works,
Is that how you woke her up, or like?
I mean, she was still awake, but she came downstairs and she was like, "What is going on?" She's like, your hair looks
That's
fucking
awesome.
crazy. It looks like you've been pulling out your fucking hair. And I had been, but that's not the point. You know, I had a Doc Brown thing going on. You know, it was all over the fucking place.
That's awesome.
Yeah, super exciting though. Like once
Yeah.
we're gonna be able to do all kinds of stuff. Like obviously, the big thing is the day-night. You know, like the day-night cycle. So like, you know, at noon, shadows will be directly ahead. You know, 4 o'clock they'll move a little bit to the left or right or whatever. But then like the shit we're gonna be able to do with interiors too. So like, imagine you're in a shop, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So like, there's light streaming through the window, and one of my artists is now working on particle effects. So we're gonna have like God ray particle effect shit for that.
Wow.
Like dust, you know, and you'd be able to like pick up a plate off like this shopkeeper's table or whatever, and like put it up, and it would block the fucking light, and you'd be able to put your hand behind it, and there'd be like shadowing on your hand. All this sounds like normal basic shit, but we haven't been able to do this on the fucking Quest standalone hardware that I don't think anyone's done this.
Yeah, I don't.
That I'm aware
think
of,
so.
at least. Like, you can do shadows, sure, like bake your lighting or whatever, but like with dynamic stuff, you can't really do it. Like Justin's got some dynamic shadows, and I'm not really sure. What are you doing with those, man? Or is it just characters?
Basically, no, like it's so optimized, and there's so just like few objects like in the room. Like I kept like keeping the room small that I could just turn
That
on
makes
real like
sense.
regular
Yeah.
shadows, and like it can handle it. So
Yeah, that makes sense because you don't have like all kinds of like interactable shit like we do. But yeah,
oh,
like,
I do, but it's just like I don't have like a whole town in one scene. It's just like it's a single room. So
yeah, and you got like your nice like your fucking awesome. I love the fog thing you have in your game where it like draws the background and it's like close. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
like
a
a lot
different
of little
design
tricks.
choice.
by
Yeah.
like just keeping very little on the screen at a time.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like,
Classic stuff,
my two materials are really really optimized too, because like if you look at my models, like my characters, you can tell, but they're like insanely low poly, and like all the detail is just from textures, and like the normal maps kind of cause like the shadows to flow over the details, so they look a lot more detailed than they really are. And like same thing with like the floor, the walls, like it's all just textures. With this, the Quest can just like knock out textures. It doesn't care. Like you can throw 4K, 8K textures, it'll eat it up. Like,
yeah,
it's
no
just
problem.
draw calls is a thing you can't have a lot of, really.
Yeah, really. Like that was the thing we got that running before I went to SIGGRAPH. I think I showed you guys that as well. I built a tool that uses texture arrays that got our draw call for like buildings in the town from like 2000 down to like I think it was 100 and something, 190, 114, some shit like that. It's kind of crazy.
Nice.
216, whatever. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember it was right around 200 or so.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's like a crazy optimization. So we were running like 600-700 draw calls per frame before, and now we should be able to do like 100 and 150 or something like that. Pretty
How
good.
often do you guys? I just picture you guys like when something like that happens, like you just got to get up and like run around the room and break shit. Like, how often do you guys have those moments?
It's what makes programming worthwhile. I live for those fucking moments. That's why I don't sleep much.
I usually just go smoke pot outside. Like that's like the celebrating like break.
You are far too fucking mellow. You got to get up and break some shit. Punch a wall, break your hand. Holy shit! It fucking works! Ah!
Yeah. I need a reason to get up and run around and break shit.
Then like, let's go crack a beer.
Whoa! Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Demo. Yeah.
What's up, you bunch of nerds?
Says King Nerd.
I am the king. I'm
Mr.
the king.
Mr. Anime Titties expert.
I'm the king of the weebs. All right, the difference.
Yeah, we know.
So, Dima has added some jiggle to some people, and we're gonna need some of that,
guys.
Oh, okay.
That the bones.
Batted bones to.
You can't tell, but I'm putting these on my nipples, like simulate bones.
I thought we could.
All the tit bones.
We were talking shadowing, so I wanted to bring that up.
Hey, our fan service goes both ways. All right. Nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right before you got on, Dima, I was telling that for some reason the fucking Oculus branch is now compiling, so like the shadows are working.
Yay!
It's insane. Yeah,
that's cool. I'm very curious I showed my team today, and they were like, "What the fuck?" So
Yeah.
everyone is very curious.
Yeah,
About-
I'm gonna try to get it running like in the fucking game and make sure it's stable, and then I'm more than happy to like share with you, how things work.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit magical.
Well, my team members do call me a wizard.
Yeah, that's I would say so. You're not using like the extended shading plugin, are you?
No, I have that plugin, and I was looking at it for a while for something similar, but no.
Okay, I was just wondering if that was part of the magic or not.
It's a different plugin that's very broken.
Oh, oh.
Nope.
Yeah,
It's
that's
I
cool.
downloaded off GitHub. It's not even like on a store, and it's one of those
Yeah.
plugins.
Damn.
It's on like a
I'm just
private
exciting.
website server.
Man, shadows would be cool.
Shadows are super important. Can't wait to see them in the actual town. Like all I've been able to test so far is just in the dungeon right there.
Oh yeah. I'm curious to see what it does in like a big town. Is it making texture maps? Like, what's the deal here?
I mean, all it does is it takes a capture and renders just depth, and then like takes the camera location and the light location and multiplies like what is essentially just like a mask on top of a master material.
Oh, that's One of my tech artists was trying to do something similar, but
yeah, I'm gonna try to recreate this plugin because it's very fucking broken. Clearly, seeing as like it's compiling now for the Oculus branch, and I have no idea why because I didn't change anything. I was working with another developer today for several hours trying to get it to work, and it never fucking did, and we didn't do anything, and now it's working. So I'm very annoyed. But I mean, I'm gonna try to recreate it in Blueprint so it could just be distributed, fucking normally. Yeah. And
we had a problem with that. Like we had some stuff that just would not work. Like like copying, pasting state machines or whatever.
Interesting.
And like our character or like our animation blueprints and shit, we couldn't copy and paste stuff from one character, like different character to another one for some reason. And then we updated our engine to like some more modifications that we've been doing, and now it works. So maybe we broke it in an earlier modification because like the engine version we're using is so totally, it's not even Unreal anymore at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of like where we want to be. It's like we've added so many fucking tools. It's great.
Franken real.
Nathan was working on our character generator today, and like we got like this automatic skill generation based on like what level the character is and what race they play, and it generates their inventory and everything based on it. It's pretty awesome.
We did something similar, but with beetles.
Beetle inventory.
Yeah, because we have a beetle because we have a mini game called Beetle Battle, and it's like Pokemon, and so you get like these little beetles, and then you fight them with other beetles.
You're gonna get so sued.
Nice.
And beetles have different stats, and they don't have any special moves. Well, each one has like their own unique like trait, like the different types of horns that they have equal like what type of thing, and then like this type of horn beats that type of horn beetle. So it's kind of
I'm really not familiar with horny beetles.
Scissors.
No, you never seen
horny
those
beetles
on National they fight. It's pretty crazy. I've seen like nature videos, and they they'll be wrestling, like flipping each other over and stuff. It's pretty nuts.
That's what we're making.
I've seen it in animes too. Actually, now I think about it, and
it's a very popular.
They're betting on it.
Yeah, it's a thing in Japan that they do. They do like in the summer they little kids catch bugs and then they battle the beetles.
They tie like little rocks on them to like have them pull it so they get stronger.
Yeah. That's fucking sick. Beetle battles. So pretty exciting. So we're doing we have like a bunch of different beetle heads that get swapped onto the different bodies or the same same base body. So it's almost like a character generator.
Did you guys ever look into making the Oculus lip sync plugin work?
Not yet. No, we don't want to mess with it just yet.
Makes sense.
I'm thinking about using it to put in like voice responses as an optional way to like pick menu options for the player.
That's an interesting idea, yeah, because you can like talk to it and it works.
I would hate
Yeah,
that,
I've
to
heard-
be honest.
I asked other developers use, and they're like, yeah, it's totally good enough to like use for that. Like it'll pick up, what you're telling, unless the person has like a crazy accent.
Could you imagine
That's
which
a
is like
really good
half the
idea.
fucking planet.
Well, I've been playing that sail game, and they have voice commands for like raise sail, lower sail, drop anchor, raise anchor. Like it works so well.
Do you guys
That's
like
pretty sweet.
talking to your video games? Like when I'm playing games, I don't want to like talk.
I don't either.
Yes.
Like I feel self-conscious
Usually-
too if my wife's like nearby.
It's like
Right,
I'm
usually
usually
just-
and you're like
That's
on
why I
a
was saying
bus or
optional.
something.
Like
I'm
You know,
usually
you're on
just
your
screaming at
airplane.
Halo. Like that's my whole thing. Is
No, I miss.
I'll talk
like,
to myself. That's like different though than talking to the
Yeah.
game.
The
Yeah.
first Rainbow Six game where you could say like breach and clear on zoo. Like that shit was so fucking cool.
Yeah,
I need
okay.
more of that.
I don't know. I hate that. I don't like doing that stuff. It's like I'd rather
that's
just
why
push
it's
a
an
button.
option, not
Yeah, me
mandatory.
too.
Yeah,
yeah,
true. Like
yeah, I
that would
get
make
that.
a lot of sense in Heartlands though, because it's so like there's so much dialogue. Like, and instead of grabbing fucking cards, you could just like respond with voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know about you. In my game, most of the time the players' responses are pretty simple, like yeah or no.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
kind of thing. So
My
like,
game's
I
player
try not to
responses
give
are
the-
like essays.
I try
Yeah,
not
see,
to
that's
give
too
the
much.
player too much personality, so that the players can
You'd be like
interject their own personality.
you'd be like Shakespeare. It'd be like acting in a play if you're reading out our games.
Yeah, I mean your main character though is an actual like character. Our main characters is basically just like a blank canvas for the players. So
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
little
It's supposed to
different.
be a blank slate. Let the player be
No,
what
we
they
don't
want to
have
be.
a main
Live
character.
another
Like, we
life
have-
in another world.
we don't have him. It's not a main character. You're playing as you.
Oh
but
yeah, you
just
don't
have,
play as Ben, huh? Ben is just your buddy in it.
No, dude, Ben's the chef, dude. He's just a dude. He's just like a mascot. He's just a
You just got
dude's
lucky and got
restaurant.
the
You're
name
trying
Ben.
to save. You're just trying to save his restaurant. That's all you're trying to do. But the responses aren't like they don't have personality. They need to be long to describe certain things or whatever. So they're not like they don't have personality. They're just a little bit longer than yeah, no, yep, you know.
Or you could just put short things like tell them about X thing, and then after you say that, then like the whole script pops
Yeah.
up. Like what Fallout 4 did that, which I
Yeah.
personally didn't like because you're
That-
like I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of part
what
of
I'm
the problem.
actually
with
Yeah,
gonna
like
say.
I don't want it to be. Yeah, I want you to know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Fallout 4 is kind of a fucking disaster.
Yeah, our dialogue boxes are interesting.
Luckily, my dialogue card system wouldn't allow me to write shit that long. So that's good for us.
Yeah. I mean, ours like our actual like the dialogue box, like the UI for like where the dialogue is printed is only like 2 lines worth of dialogue. Pretty short.
So what do you do? Do you scroll it then?
No, you don't scroll. I mean, there's no scrolling either. It's usually just there is. So like what we had to do. So we had to do this thing because we're writing the game in Japanese first. So
Of course.
we wanted a way to automate the entire like localization process. So we don't have to like redo or like make new flow nodes or whatever or new like story nodes for the dialogue and all that shit. So essentially it just reads this Google Doc and turns it into something like some other format, imports it into Unreal, spits out a bunch of nodes. And
Actually-
it also puts it through Google Translate. So because like it's in Japanese first and the localization of it takes a little bit longer. So just so we can prototype the game, spits it all out in Google Translated, and it does the audio in Japanese with the AI or whatever. So
Nice.
we have like
That's one thing I was
placeholder.
going to ask is like, how exactly are you doing? Like, that's one of the weakest points of Unreal is like, there's not really a built-in dialogue tree system.
no,
I mean,
we
there's
made
common
it.
conversation, but that's not really available yet. It's in 5. So
No,
how did you guys make your system?
We're using Flowgraph or whatever, or Flownote or something to script out all of our narrative
Is that like a
sequences.
plugin or just something you did?
Yeah, it's a plugin.
Kind of like
It's a plugin.
Blackboards?
It's like
Okay.
a plugin, kind of like Blackboard, sort of like Blackboards, but we modified the shit out of it. So now it's kind of like our own little thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it spits like all the dialogue into these nodes, and then you just connect the nodes together in a sequence, and then it does it like the localization automatically.
Nice.
So like, but if you've ever tried to translate English or Japanese to English, the English
It's
translation is
backwards.
always going to be like 500 miles bigger or longer. Like It takes so many more characters to say the same thing in English than it does in Japanese. So like our English was always like overfilling our dialogue boxes, and we had like there's a few options. You could either add more cells into our Excel sheet for the localization thing, which would fuck up our entire automated system, or just have a slight scroll for whenever you slightly run over the thing. So like now the dialogue will scroll just a little bit if it needs it, but we're trying to avoid it as much as possible.
Mine like rescales, so if it's too much just typed in, it kind of just shrinks the text a little bit.
I think ours would overflow so much that it would make it unreadable if I shrunk it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm pretty psyched with our localization automation thing. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So like all the scripts are written on Google Sheets and then downloaded and automatically imported and put in. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We have.
I think we're gonna use some
AI
I think we're gonna use some AI voice stuff in like I'm guessing you're not doing that for production, obviously.
No, that's just for
yeah, it's just for testing.
Just for testing, just so that we can instantly replace it with the actual dialogue we just swap out the audio file.
Something I've wanted to do for a very long time.
No, we have voice actors, but they're.
Oh no, I was telling Robert, like you can get some free ones. You just gotta find the amateur.
Yeah. I mean, something like we're gonna have to have a lot of voice actors clearly because of all the fucking characters. But
you could just get one guy to do like 10 characters, maybe though.
I mean, it's fucking works for Oblivion and Skyrim, so you know.
You have voice acting in some of your trailer or some of the trailers that I've seen.
Yeah. We have 3 different voice actors, 2 different bandits,
I was
the
telling
guard
my friends
and the guy that's with you.
I was like, yeah, voice acting is really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think it adds a lot to like games. I'm always surprised. Like every time I add voices and then I open the game, I'm like, dude, it makes it so much better. It actually feels like you're there with someone. Like
I think for the next game, we're gonna we're doing something sci-fi next. That's no secret to anybody at this point, I think. But like for the next thing.
You said I remember now. I remember saying that.
Yeah, we're gonna do something sci-fi next. So I think we're gonna do something far enough in the future that like it would make sense for us to have a number of characters that have robotic sounding voices, so it would just fit into the lore, you know. And then we'll just get a few regular voice actors and make it super cheap. It'll be good.
That's great. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't pull on me and spend $1 million on
like you would never believe that this is made by a robot, and I am not a real person.
Have you guys actually messed around like with modern like voice recreation? Like I've been messing around with it since like 2015. It has gotten so good.
Yeah, I mean, there's that.
I don't know. I've seen like the trailers, and I'm like, if that's like the trailer, the commercial they're advertising it for, that I'm guessing that's like, their best like foot forward, and it still doesn't really sound natural.
Like the problem is just like the lack of inflection and stuff like that.
Wait, are you talking about that hot dog stand video?
No, what the fuck is that?
Because if you're not talking about the hot dog stand automatic AI voice thing, you're missing out. That shit is insane.
What the fuck is hot dog stand?
Sounds fucking real. Hold on. Gotta plug in my headset.
No, I don't recall any kind of hot dogs.
Have the headphones plugged in? What the fuck is
this? There he goes.
They're like, dude, your controllers are about to die. Let's see. What are they at? 20%? They got time.
I just got done carrying a bunch of fucking groceries up like 4 flights of stairs.
You don't got elevators where you live? Like...
Hell no, it's so shit. I can't believe I just assumed like an idiot. I just assumed there was elevators in this apartment. I just moved into a new place last month or whatever, and I just assumed there was elevators. Like, there's a lot of floors. Why is there no elevator, bro? No,
nope. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I have a question
for accessibility, because I mean, even like apartments that
they have to live on the first floor.
They have to live on the first floor.
That's it.
To be fair, that's what the apartment complex that my mom is moving into is doing. She's like in a wheelchair, and they're just like, yeah, you get to live on the first floor, no elevators.
Yeah. You literally only have that as an option,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Anyway,
apartments were only like 2 and 3 floors, and they still had like, I mean, unless it like the stairs just went right to your door, but like the ones that had like whole entire like second floors.
Yeah,
they
no,
had,
yeah, we have like a
elevators.
huge complex, whatever, and there's no fucking elevator. It's bullshit.
So anyway, I got a question for both of you guys, Johnny and not Johnny. He's not here. Miss you, Johnny.
Wow.
Justin and D-Maw. So our a while back we were talking about funding, right? And I'm pretty sure our pitch deck is ready.
Yeah.
But
You want to link it to me?
Yes, I will. The thing, and I keep forgetting, the thing, because I'm working on this fucking shadow thing. The thing is, I am actually terrified to send this thing out to people, to like companies. I'm not great with rejection. How do you guys handle that?
Well,
don't worry,
let me
you won't
tell
get
you,
rejected. You'll just never hear from them again. So it's
That's
like
something. Okay.
that's not
it's
true.
like there's no like. It's just like, am I rejected? I don't know. Maybe. Then later on, you're thinking like, I guess I was rejected because it's been a year and I haven't heard.
No,
anything.
I got instantly rejected by Devolver Digital one time. They fucking I sent in my pitch deck, and they like a day later they're like, "Fuck off." I'm like, "Oh God."
That's fun.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to go with them, dude. They don't. I'd haven't signed an NDA or anything, but they don't offer good terms. Like any publisher you've like really heard of probably will not offer you good terms. Team 17, like Digital Devolver, like not to talk bad about any companies, but that's just how it is. If it's like one you like never heard of like previously, and then you like look at their games, you're like, oh yeah, I know a couple of these, and they'll probably like gonna be a better offer.
Really weird. My experience was almost the opposite. I was getting better deals from like the more known stuff than I was like the random ones I'd never heard of.
Yeah, and I mean, it may just be that I like haven't really heard of as many companies as I should have, so maybe they're like a bigger deal than I realized. But
let me tell you,
Digital Devolver and Team 17 were like they offered me what I considered crap deals, like
Yeah, I mean, Devolver would have been a good fit for you, or at least from their marketing standpoint, it seemed like that would have been a good fit. But I guess the deal was shit. That's pretty fucked up. You would think they would be able to offer you like a decent deal, although I don't know what you consider a decent deal or not, and how much money is involved with that. Like that impacts how much your deal is to begin with, like.
Well, I mean, I definitely wasn't asking for anywhere near how much you were like.
I don't know. I didn't realize until actually trying to sit down and like think about this for the people and stuff, like how much money we're actually gonna fucking need.
Yep, games are expensive.
I mean,
people are expensive, like that's what's expensive thing. Like assets and stuff like that's cheap, but like,
I mean, we could probably finish it without outside funding, but it would take a long fucking time, longer, I think, than what we want to. Or we would have to scale down a little bit more. Yeah, like we're probably gonna look at like fucking $750,000 minimum.
750,000? No, that's a lot. I was looking at like 280K.
Yeah, like that seems like minimum what we're gonna be able to do.
That's less than what I did, but
yeah, I know.
that still sounds like a pretty good number.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
it's really not. It's honestly not a lot of money, and I have like.
I guess, but
I mean,
like I can tell you right now.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of money when like just a few months ago, like $20 was a lot of money to me. I guess like a year ago, but yeah.
The thing is,
but I mean, it's not just money for you though; it's money for a whole team. So
you don't get but you don't get all of that money all at once. You get maybe 20,000 of it, or maybe 10,000 of it. They trickle it in, so you really have to ask for a shit ton more than what you think, because you're not going to get all of that at oness. I can tell you.
I guess I'd rather ask for too much than not enough.
It's always better to ask for too much. Don't lowball yourself. Don't fucking ask for more than what you think, and then then you can, like, if they think it's too much, then they'll send you a counter offer. They'll be like, well, that's a little bit out of our bottle range, but how about this? And then you go back and forth. Like, I didn't realize this when I was like, I don't know why I didn't realize this, because I all my other deals that I had were all like, stuff like that. So like all of my funding comes through like milestones, and you have to complete these milestones. And this you get
I've kind of figured that. I've seen a lot of
you get a certain amount of money.
that.
And I didn't think it's clearly obvious, but I didn't really factor that in at first when I was planning my budget, and I wish I would have asked for more, because like I could have, it would have made things less stressful. Like, because like you want to have like a 30 or 15 to 30% like buffer, so that if you fall behind, you can hire on more people for like short term to like make up for your loss of progress. Like we had people get COVID. We had a whole bunch of people, like half our studio got COVID. I was sick. I was sick for an entire for 3 weeks last month. I couldn't do shit. And then, but our whole half our team would get like sick or COVID or something, and nothing could get done. So we got behind, but we didn't have like the boost of fundings to make up for that. So we're you get delayed, and that's how delays happen. Yeah. So you definitely want to make sure you ask for more than what you think you need. Because like if you're asking for 750, you might as well just ask for $1 million at that point.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But
I think the actual number I came up to was like 690K or something like that. If I,
it's
went kind of conservative with it. So
you're not and gonna include it post launch time, right? Too, right? Because you gotta remember, like, it takes a while for them to get you your payment and everything.
30
and
days.
You are gonna need a team. Oh, that's not too bad. Steam is worse.
Yeah.
But I mean, besides that, you're gonna have to offer like post-launch support, because even if you do QA testing, like once it's out in the wild, there's gonna be bugs and things like that. Yeah. So you still have to keep developing after launch for at least
I didn't calculate that in at all. So yeah, probably should. But then again, I expanded our timeline out a little bit past what I think we're actually going to need to do, so we can just deliver earlier.
Yeah.
Like budgeting is so fucking hard, and it's not like relatively apparent, what you should do about it, especially with the milestones.
It's really just you're just like guessing and shit, because you're like, how the fuck do I know how long this is gonna take?
Yeah. I mean, you just give your best estimate,
Yeah.
Like
seems like it.
I think it's gonna be hard. I do think it might, asking for a milli without any extra funding from other sources might be hard. It might be a hard sell. Like for depending on the publisher. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some publishers are fine with that. I went in with like half of that. Right. I went in before I even talked to a publisher. I already had that much money. And then I would go and I would tell the publishers, I'd be like, hey, I have this much money. Can you guys, meet me in the middle or match me, right? And that's kind of how I like handled negotiations, right? I would go and be like, yeah, meet me, match our funding, and we'll go into this together. And then obviously the publisher is going to have to the publisher will likely have to spend more money than what you're putting into the game, because they're like, they're doing advertising and they're doing, all sorts of other stuff.
Localization, QA, depending on the publisher.
The QA. They usually, your publisher will handle the QA, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that sounds pretty great.
They'll handle the localization stuff, advertising. They'll even take you to shows if you're, if a show if a VR show, or like PAX West, like if you had something ready for PAX West, you could, they could take you to that, or they could take you to what was the thing, that Gamescom or whatever.
Yeah. I was talking to a Chinese company I'm considering porting to, and they're like, dude, we'll cover all your localization to all our territories. And they were like, yeah, we might be able to cover you, talking about that, going to like events and stuff too. And they're like, so it's pretty crazy. Like cool there's a lot of companies, especially the Chinese ones, offering really good stuff in exchange for like porting your game there. Like, tell you more about in the private chat.
I mean, we had an offer from one, but it wasn't enough money to derail our development.
No, I was offered a very generous offer. I mean, I asked for more though, because I talked to someone else and they asked for more. So and they got
I actually miss grinding for funding. because it was fun. Because like you get to meet all these like executives and shit, and you're like, yeah, give me this, give me that, you know. Well, and then you get to like
makes you feel important.
yeah, it makes you feel. But yeah, no, they make
just
they
sign
all make you
CEO
feel,
on all your emails, like
yeah. You get to sign CEO, and you get to like act all important in these calls and act like this visionary genius, you know. And you're like, yeah, I'm so
like
cool,
I'm some
and I
kind of
came up with
crazy
this
like
awesome
artist,
idea.
like
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're finally meeting the mind behind Samurai Slaughterhouse. We're big fans.
dude.
And we're like, oh,
It's super cool. They make you
butter
feel
you
really
up.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think only really one publisher made me feel like ass, and I'm not going to say who, but
You should tell us in the private chat.
No, wow. Justin's name like totally like escaped me for like 10 minutes there. Justin's dealt with him before. But yeah, so
that could be
but yeah,
anyone.
dude, you need to definitely really think your finances over, dude. Like that's like super important. But definitely show me your pitch deck and I'll give you some advice.
I'll try to send it to you.
Did you include any GIFs?
I think so.
Okay, good. That's all.
I think we have one.
Yeah.
They love. No, you need more than one. You need like 10. One per page. The rule to the pitch deck is one GIF per page at least.
You mean GIF?
Minimum. GIF.
GIF.
I'm all about the creator. You know.
That creator can suck my ass. He's wrong.
Well, I mean, he made it. That's like saying what's another Google or what's another company that has like a weird fucking name that's like, you know, it's the same thing. You don't call fucking
Meta.
I'm trying to think of one that has like a weird spelling. Some weird spelling of some name. But
Oscar Mayer. You don't say it's Oscar Mayer.
I don't know. I don't think you get to just make shit up. That's not how that works.
What do you mean? Everything is made up.
It up though.
No,
everything is made up.
You don't just get to change the way letters are pronounced.
You do.
You don't.
That's how English evolve. Yes, it is. English is an ever-evolving language. Yes.
Yes, it is.
100%. Yes.
No, it is.
Yes.
It is GIF.
Okay, well, some of us are Nazis. Some of us are not. It's fine. Free spirits, not free spirit. That's what all I have to say.
Yeah, let's go.
But anyway, you gotta put a bunch of GIFs on your deck. I got so many compliments. I got so many fucking compliments. It's like, oh, you have the best pitch deck we've ever seen. Oh, it was so thank you. I was like, yeah, I know.
You know what companies really like too was that like I made that trailer where I had it narrated by like a voice actor, just saying like this are the features and this and that. And what's good about that is like
they hate.
There were some features that weren't ready, but like I could just like pretend like they were. Like I just
you could fake it.
The part where they're like players have homes they can decorate, and I just like place an item on a shelf, and they just assume that's like a player home that's getting decorated.
Yep.
I would be careful with that kind of stuff though. Just when you
that does work now.
Well, what I meant was like if it's something that you want, like so like sometimes you say like a bunch of features or whatever like that you want to have, but you don't know if you're actually going to get them into the game or not, right? Like they're gonna expect you to put that into the game, or they're gonna be like, "What's this? Hey, I thought you were gonna do that." And I'll be like, "Well, it didn't work."
So we have some things like that listed though. Things that we want to. Or at least I'm pretty sure we do. I haven't looked at the pitch deck in like 2 weeks, but we have things listed that are like we want to add like post launch. Stealth is something that makes sense in RPGs, but it's not something we plan to do for the launch of the game. But it makes perfect sense to add it as like a mechanic for DLC.
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea to divide it up and be like, okay, here's the feature. Here's our core features we know we can get done, and then here are the if you give us $1 billion, we'll make it.
How does the AI detect the player? Is it just by like distance, or do they have like a line of sight? Because I mean,
you mean currently, or what's the plan?
I mean currently. I mean because stealth is just as long as the player stays out of line of sight, they don't get detected. I mean, what else?
Well, you could do based on sound as well.
We have
sound the player generates.
In my game, it does have a sound thing. Like if you stab something, it makes a sound and it attracts the AI.
All of our like anything that you can like our creatures or our insects in our game, anything you're supposed to be able to catch the net. they all have like multiple parameters of like speed.
Yeah.
Like if you approach it too fast, they'll fly away, or
Nice.
if you make sound, if you step on something, if you bang your net on something, they'll freak out, or if you approach them from the front, they'll freak out. So yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot of different fun ways that you could, do that.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that too. If you're sprinting full speed, it makes like footstep noises.
Yeah,
but they're not like as loud as if you like stab something into the wall. That makes like a
I
loud
mean,
noise.
right now everything is just based on proximity. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, mine I just have like a kind of like conic like type shapes, like field of view, and if something like walks into it to trigger it, it just fires a ray real quick to see if it can actually see it or if it's behind a wall, and if it can't see it, then it checks, is this the same faction as me or is it an enemy faction?
We have a faction based thing. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Birds, ninjas, medieval people. Dude, I'm like, man, so like, because like now that we have like a publisher or whatever, like we have like a, there's like a whole, they want to have like a whole media strategy, and I can't just like willy-nilly do what I want as much or whatever. And so like there's certain things I want to reveal about the game or like who's working on it that I just can't, and it drives me nuts.
Because they want to like make a deal out of it.
Yeah, because it'll be like when we reveal who our game's writer is, it's gonna be a big deal to Kotaku. Like I was like before I got the publisher, I was like talking to Kotaku about writing an article about it, and they were pretty excited. But then I was like, wait, I have to wait to reveal this, and shit like that.
Exciting.
So yeah, I want to reveal it now. I want to be like, yeah, it's this person. I hate holding. I'm not the kind of person who likes to like hold content for things. Like I'll tweet. I like to tweet it instantly. It drives me nuts.
Live updates.
I hate showing off things that aren't done. Like I thought about showing off the shadow stuff, but it's like the stuff that I showed you guys. It's like running in the wrong version of the engine, so it's all pixelated.
Well,
so
what I like to do is like if I'm worried about showing, like I won't put hashtags on it if it's something that I don't want to show, but I still want to tweet to my followers just who like to like keep updates or whatever. So I'll do that or whatever instead of like putting a hashtag on it that'll like send it out to the entire galaxy, But I like posting
if I'm testing something, I'll usually put the footage like in my test environment, so it's like super obvious. It's not like final.
Yeah, exactly. Like you want to make it like super obvious that it's like in the dump zone.
Yeah.
Maybe just show it off with some shapes or some shit like that.
Yeah. Like we're trying to make our portals like able to walk into or whatever.
Oh, your comic panels?
Yeah. Because like before, it's got a clipping plane, so like anything that goes past that plane, it like if the camera goes past that plane, it'll like just disappear, the panels, or whatever. But we're masking, so now we're just masking that clipping plane so that you can clip the camera inside it, and it'll still work. So it's gonna be interesting.
Pretty cool. It'd be a cool way to fast travel too, like
just like pull out a panel and bloop. Well, yeah, it's not like, but the way it works is because it's not like a portal, right? It's like a 3D. It's 3D meshes that are just being masked in 3D space, right? So like,
okay.
So you're not actually teleport. It's not. There's no teleporting, no render targets, nothing wacky like that. It's like a actual 3D mesh that's in the world. So
it's just hidden if you're not seeing it through the panel, basically.
Yeah, it's just hidden if you're not seeing it through the panels. And anything that's not a part of the panel that would clip into the panel the pixels get deleted. So it wouldn't be good for that. Well, it would work in my game because like the trend, I could make a seamless transition because I have no lighting or whatever. So you could like fake it that way and just be like, oh, step through it and then teleport the player instantly to that spot. But most games, like a realistic game, like it's so wild. My panel tech would not like look good in a lot of like realistic games or like if it wasn't stylized. Because
you could probably put like a border around it or something that was like something in like my game. You could probably like put like a magical border around it and it would look fine.
Well, yeah, no.
What do you think?
What I mean is like the practicality of it. Like let's say you wanted to use it for like showing off an entirely different world, right? You would have to literally put that entire fucking world right there, you know?
Oh, I hear what you're saying, because you're able to have just a solid color as a background. You can get away with more.
I can get away with it because, like, you know, it's our game's super low poly. It's all flat colors and there's no lighting affecting it. You know, but if you wanted to do like a AAA game, you would have to like essentially put two maps on top of each
it's
other.
like rendering twice.
Yeah. So you've got like one whole world that's being fully rendered, and then you got everything in the panel that's being fully rendered. That it could cause some interesting problems.
That's the kind of stuff that would never work, and it definitely wouldn't work on my kind of stuff.
Yeah, it would work like as long as but not on VR.
I mean,
you'd be way better off just having like the scene in a different place and just like, you know, having a camera like pointing at it, and at that point, you know, if you are gonna have like an entire scene, you may as well just have that actual scene somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Might as well be a render target at that point.
Yeah.
It would be cheaper. Yeah. Y'all want to know some shit that we ran into as a bottleneck on one of our latest demos? This is something that I've always kind of like kept in the back of my mind, but never really thought it would be that big of a deal. Vertex count. Like first, I look at my poly count usually for the most part, and I don't really look at the vert count that often. But the way we were texturing things in our game, we were splitting, like making multiple UV islands, like on like if you had a cube, right? We would split all the four sides of the cube sometimes to make texturing it easier or whatever. And
have 6 sides, but
yeah, so like whatever, dude. I'm not a nerd. So we'd split the UVs on like the entire thing, right? And that would cause the vertex count to like quadruple or some shit. And so like our models would be like 7,000 like our building would be on average 7,000 or 4,000 polygons. But then when you split the verts and how we were doing the UVs, it caused it to be like double the vertex count, which was like being a huge bottleneck for us in the performance. And so I had to go back and redo all my game's UVs. so we had to like split that up and redo shit.
Big disaster to do it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna find. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because like I haven't done it yet. Like I haven't finished.
Dude,
I haven't finished doing that.
Oh, setting up Fiverr.
Yeah. So,
setting up those things. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, there's like people in like, because here, like in the United States, like it's expensive to hire people because, you know, it costs a lot. But over like certain places, like a little bit of money is like a lot.
So what you're saying is you're gonna outsource like the big industry. So what you're saying is you're taking away American jobs to outsource to India, basically.
Yeah, or like you know, the Middle East, like in general. That
so
seems to be where they're from.
So you're okay with companies doing that? I see. I get that. Okay,
I'm okay with me doing it.
Well, why? What's different from you and a big company? Come on.
The amount of money.
It's selfishness.
Okay. Hold on. I want to tell
one
you guys
benefits
a story.
me and the other one doesn't.
My friend owns a studio in India, right? He owns a big VR cricket studio in India, and he fucking all right. So he has this dude that works for him that I think he makes like $20 a week or less. He's on salary, so he's getting paid whether he's working or not. And that guy was able to take that money in India and buy and get married. It allowed him to get married, start a family, and take care of that family for just $20 like a week or some shit.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. So you know, I have like this little samurai Shiba, and someone like rigged the whole thing for me for like $30.
Yeah. So like, the actual, like, if you want to like, I don't know if I still don't know if it's like ethical for big companies to do that, because like you could literally change people's lives in other countries by just paying them way less than what you would pay someone. Because like let's say we got like not smart people living in LA and these expensive cities, you know, that are just like the price is stupid. But we're a remote studio. We don't give a shit if you live in, Nebraska or LA. So if I pay a guy in Nebraska the same price I would pay someone in LA, that guy in Nebraska is a fucking king. He could probably buy all of the local Walmart, like it's
and
dumb.
in LA, they
it's
have like a little studio apartment.
Yeah, it's so dumb to live. I think it's absolutely stupid to live in an expensive place if you're, unless if you're like kind of trying to break into the industry. I think it's like the dumbest fucking shit.
I don't know if I agree with that. Like
But I mean, it does make your runway a lot higher, like because you have to pay.
It means you can make you don't have to pay. You shouldn't have to pay someone more. Like LA. You shouldn't have to pay someone LA prices because the livable, because you're trying to run a business, right? You're trying to pay. Yeah. You're trying to pay people fair wages for their work, but you're also trying to make sure that they're living and comfortable, but you're also trying to make sure that you make your fucking game, Yeah. So it's like when you're budgeting that, keep that in mind. Like I would not want to hire someone from LA, because I know I couldn't pay them the type of money that they could live comfortably, right? And then some people will be like, well, if you can't pay that, your business shouldn't exist. Stupid. Some dumb shit. Like we contract people from all over the world. Like we have people in Germany, we have people in India, we have people in fucking Thailand, we got people in Malaysia, Japan. Like it's like paying some of the prices for some of these other countries, whatever. Like these people are like living like totally better, like totally changing their lives sometimes just because we're paying them semi-decent American wages or whatever. And so like it's wild to me. But the guy I'm paying, and my sound designer who lives in LA, who's getting like similar wages, can't like. I feel bad for him because he lives in LA or whatever, We got all kinds of cool stuff to do like outside of your house, so you can live in like a small place, and then you just go do fun things in other places. You don't have to be out.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's kind of my thought too. Though, is like I would never want to live in like the middle of fucking nowhere.
I mean, you don't have. I mean, like, there's plenty of like my city, the apartment that I was living in. My city, Savannah, Cyril, if Cyril was here, he'd vouch for me. Savannah's an awesome fucking city. And then my rent. Do you live in like actual cheap.
Savannah proper, or like you live outside the city limits?
No, I live in right now I live basically downtown, like right in the middle of downtown. But my last apartment was like just on the kind of like the 5 minutes from 5 minutes from downtown, and my rent was I had a massive 2-bedroom apartment for like $1,000 a month, and fucking dirt cheap compared to like other places that I've seen.
I mean,
so like there's definitely cool cities out there
for like 10-15 years.
Yeah. So like I don't know. I don't agree with I don't agree with inflating the wages just to pay LA people because they want to live in LA. Like I just think that's kind of it's hard for indie developers. I think big studios should probably be beholden to like a standard wage across all states or whatever. But like, I don't know. It just seems if you're trying to start a company and an indie studio, then it feels like, you got to ask for like billions of dollars to make a game because the wages are super expensive.
Yeah, that's why I don't hire anyone locally.
Yeah,
I mean, I only hire local.
Yeah, you're on Fiverr, bro. You're out there on Fiverr hiring dudes in India, bro.
I don't know. Like, remote work has just been kind of ruined for me since like I had one team member that just like could not handle working remote. Actually, 2 team members, and it's just like remote work is kind of dead for me. I don't know.
I mean,
I make everyone come into the office. I have 6 people here a day.
If you got remote work, don't put them on like a regular salary. You got to do contracts. Like they're only paid for the actual time that they work. So they're like, here's 5 hours and here's what I got done. And if they didn't get enough, you didn't get shit done in that time, then you just don't keep contracting with them.
Yeah, like we're all startups, right? Like we're not like we're not established companies. We don't have the money to throw around. So like contract is usually the smarter way to go, right? Like you don't want to do that, like have a bunch of employees, because then you got to pay into healthcare. You got to pay, or depending on your size of your fucking business or whatever. You got to pay into healthcare for what, like people's fucking retirement shit.
That's why a
and
lot
all
of
that.
companies like they'll hire people like so basically like they're full time, but they'll just contract them like nine
Yeah.
months out of the year. So
Yeah,
like a
that's
lot
how
of
that's how
companies
the whole
like
industry works.
they just like let the person go for 3 months. So they don't have to give them like consider them full time employees and give them all the benefits. It's messed up. But
No. I mean,
It's-
we
yeah,
have,
it's
we
really
have
fucked
5
up.
full-time people
Companies,
that are
but-
here at the office every day. So
I mean, but are they like actual like official employees of your studio?
like,
yes,
do you have like an actual payroll?
You have
like,
to pay.
company
Do you pay?
now?
Yeah. Do you?
Or
Do
is
you,
it
yes,
you
we
contract?
have payroll. Everyone has like fucking taxes and all that shit's already been automatically taken out. Yeah, it's we have
Nice. Yeah, exactly.
we do the 15th and the like last day of the month.
Do you use like
for, like,
a
pay.
service for your payroll, or you have like a? Because
Well,
when I looked into
my
payroll, it was
business partner.
expensive. It was like $600 per employee or something crazy like that.
Well,
for
no,
payroll.
like my business partner is a fucking like his entire thing is he does money. So
No.
Oh, so he's doing the payroll.
yeah, like
Yeah.
his whole thing
You got
is
the
like
hookup then.
yeah,
I
like
got that.
like my whole thing
Payroll's
is I
expensive.
handle operations like because technically it's 2 separate companies. I don't know if I've ever explained to you guys like how my company's even formatted.
Yeah. No. I
But,
don't
like-
think I don't really know anything about. Like, it sounds like you're running a studio out of your garage.
Basically, the entire bottom floor of my house basically is all office space.
Let's
Wow,
give
that's
Zach
pretty
side
cool.
off. Yeah, so
Or
so
a
like,
housing violation.
well, yeah, probably, but
Running a-
we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
running
Um,
a illegal business out of your house, bro.
I mean, maybe. I mean, no,
they're making clothes in like the second floor.
I don't know if
Me
you
and my
saw
business
this,
partner,
but
we formed one
Brandon
company.
increased the IRS. They're coming for you. They're going to be coming for your house.
Me and him, we formed one company, and it's like technically the publisher, which is why I'm running into issues, or think I might run into issues when it comes to finding a publisher for Heartlands, because technically Medieval Interactive works as the publishing arm that has contracted my studio, Big Top Game Studio, to actually make the fucking game.
Well, what they would do, so we have
Sounds like a money laundering scheme. Like,
Yes.
contracted yourself.
No. My title
We-
at Medieval Interactive is Chief Technology and Chief Operations, and then my business partner, his is financial and executive. But then with Big Top Game Studio, it's like I'm CEO and programming shit, Techno Lord Wizard, whatever the fuck.
Sounds like a Ponzi scheme. But what I was gonna say was I have a similar setup to that where we have SMG Studios, the guys that make Moving Out and a few other mobile games, as our executive producer. They're like our executive producer, and they were the ones fronting us cash before we got funding. So before we got funding, they were kind of giving us money to keep our doors open,
Yeah.
So I didn't have to
yeah,
keep,
Robot
so
Teddy does kind of
yeah. So they're exactly, almost exactly what they do, and so they're kind of our executive producers. So now they're part of the overall business, and so we have we had to make sure that when we signed with the publisher that we they were included in part of the deal and that they get this part of the money, and there's a big understanding. So I think you'll be fine. You just have to
Okay.
the publisher will go through your Medieval Interactive and not you, and not Big Top Studios.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Because if that's the way your company's structured, it seems like then they could go with that company, because then that company would just be kind of like your executive producer, and they're kind of like this thing that
makes sense.
helping you give money.
Yeah, because that's the entire point of Medieval Interactive is to we own half ownership, both of us, and then he provides all the funding to keep us afloat basically, and pay fucking payroll, while Big Top Game Studio handles all the actual day-to-day operations, creative control, all that. So yeah. So you just when you do your publishing thing, just go through, when you meet with the publishers, just explain oh yeah, we're going through this is our company or whatever. You might want to include that on your pitch deck, include the company's logo, because we included SMG Studio on our pitch deck. Which shout out to Ashton SMG Studios. They helped us get all of our funding because they have name recognition and shit, right? So thanks to them, we were able to get way more funding than what we could have got on our own.
Nice.
But yeah. We're the first studio that they partnered with for something like that. So they were looking to get into that thing. So they're using us as guinea pigs to see if that's something they want to get into.
Nice.
Yeah, they might turn out to be a publisher at some point in the future. But
yeah, at some point, like
for them.
I really want my fucking studio to get large enough eventually that we have a publishing arm.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like I'd be down. Like I want to do that too one day.
Yeah, like being able to help smaller developers eventually sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's what I would want to do. Like I would want to like go and find like the indie gems and be like, yeah, Gorilla Tag. Here, I'm here for you. But I'm here for you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get you on that Oculus store.
I kind of picture someday when I boot up a game and it says, has Unreal 5 or whatever, and it's going to say the Robert version.
Robert version.
I do intend to modify the engine so fucking much. Yeah.
Yeah, powered by the Robert Unreal version.
Yeah.
Robert edition.
The Robert edition.
Just buy Epic Games. Buy Tim Sweeney, the man.
Yeah, buy Tim Sweeney. Yeah. Shout out to Tim if you're listening, buddy. You're my homie.
Yeah, it seems like a cool dude. Yeah.
Hashtag thanks. One of my programmers tweeted at him the other day, and he responded. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, he liked something I tweeted sometime at one point. That was pretty cool.
That's wild. He's never tweeted. He's never liked anything I've ever tweeted.
Yeah.
Fucking Tim Sweeney.
You don't talk about Unreal enough.
Speaking of
whatever,
which,
dude. I talk about Unreal. I probably advertise Unreal more than any other VR dev except maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know about that, man. Like, I don't know. Maybe advertising isn't my whole thing. It's more, fuck Unity and Unreal's better. That's kind of it. So
that's a little different. That's not. It's
a little different. That's the spice that comes in.
That's a little too spicy. That's a little too.
Yeah.
It's a little too spicy for me.
Hey man, I can like Unity developers and just know they're brainwashed and not like the engine. Justin's great. Johnny's great. There's plenty of great. Like they have great engineers that work at Unity. They're just at the wrong place, doing the wrong thing.
Stockholm syndrome is a real thing. So
yeah, it is. And Johnny and Justin both suffer from it. It's okay. We're still here to support them. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy who helped us figure out the quad intersection math for our manga panel shader is like an engineer at Unity, but he's making his own personal game in Unreal. So if that tells you anything.
That's funny.
Nice.
So shout out to my boy. I won't drop your name, but I think he recently.
Did you see that rumor that that Fortnite might fucking come to the Quest?
My friend, all my VR dev friends says it's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I say
really,
too. Like,
I'm
no way
not
they can get
sure.
that kind of like
because it was in the past updates.
It just doesn't seem like they
too.
can get that much dynamic like objects on screen at once.
You definitely can.
That's not the problem. The thing is, it's just Epic doesn't care about VR. So
I only hold out hope for that simply because everything. See, this is the problem with Unity as well. They have no flagship fucking title. They don't make games. They're just software developers who play with their assholes.
Dude, come on, bro.
Fucking Unreal. They make games. Epic makes fucking games. So every time something awesome makes it into Fortnite, like fucking PSO caching for mobile.
Yeah, PSO caching is the dopest shit ever, dude. PSO caching.
Yeah, whenever something like that, innovation happens, it works its way down to other Unreal developers, which is why, if they actually manage to get it running on the Quest, we would see some incredible fucking improvements for UE5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's bullshit, because I'm pretty sure they're because that string of text has popped up before, and because it's just shit in Unreal has VR stuff already in it,
I can dream.
I want it to happen too, dude. I want it to happen so bad.
The controls would be really hard too, because I haven't really played Fortnite that much. But I remember trying it once on the Xbox One, and I was like, "There's just way too many controls. I can't fucking build the house. It's too hard."
Well, you don't build it. They got rid of building. In the main.
That's just how long it's been since I played it.
I don't know. It kind of makes sense though. The timing is a little sus.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, seeing as like the Oculus Connect or Meta Connect or whatever the fuck it's going to be called is going to be soon, and they're going to be releasing another fucking headset. Like, we know that. So like, it would make a lot of sense for Meta to be like, oh, in addition to this new fucking headset, here's this fucking world-class game, you know?
Yeah, but that game will have to run on Quest for sure. It's not gonna be that headset
Cambria
exclusive.
isn't going to be any fucking different than Quest. We already know that. Like, it's just going to have more sensors and a higher clock speed to use those sensors. I'm not concerned about that at all. I'm going to definitely get Cambria day one, though, because, like, that better weight distribution sounds like heaven.
Yeah.
Having a giant headset sticking off the front of my face sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'll sell a kidney if I have to.
There's a bunch of cool headsets coming out soon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm waiting for like some to come in the mail, some dev kits.
Yeah.
So to try out.
Yeah. I'm sad I didn't get a dev kit. Only one of the companies only sent one dev kit to one of my other programmers, and I didn't get the fucking I didn't get it. Yeah. So they only gave us one. So sad. Not that I even need I don't even need to test it, but I just wanted it, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. Like one of the coolest things about developing stuff is getting dev kits. Like it's just cool to get free shit from companies.
I've never had to buy a VR headset since the first Oculus headset ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Ever since then, I'm still kind of annoyed that like I joined Oculus Start, and like they sent me a headset for free, obviously, but they fucking gave me a Quest 1 when the Quest 2 had been out for like 6 months.
They're like,
don't worry,
make sure
you know how many
your game is compatible on it.
Do you know how many Quest 1s they've given me? I think I have like 4 Quest 1s just from Oculus Start, and just
how do you have so many? Is it just like from each of your team members?
No, there's like a few different there was like I don't know if they do this anymore, but like first it was Oculus Launchpad, which is like this dev boot camp. So they gave me one, and then then Oculus Start gave me one, and then Oculus Start gave us another one for some growth track thing that they were doing one time. So and then they just sent out their excess headsets one time, and so now I have like a bazillion Quest 1s, like a bazillion Quest 2s. I'm just sitting here like I have so many. When I moved, I had like 10 or 20 like boxes of just VR headsets piled up in my new closet. Like it's just like, what am I gonna do with all this stuff?
Yeah, we have a few around the office, but not that many. Yeah,
trophies.
Crazy.
They're trophies.
Yeah, I got a few things. I got like the Quest 1, the Quest 2, the G2 from the Windows, the Microsoft G2, and then I got like a weird Vive headset that's Frankenstein with extra wires to work with like this other special like VR hardware. And I got a couple Chinese headsets coming to me. So,
the stuff on my shelf right now is like
haptic stuff.
I have like the two Quest 1s, the original Rift development kit. That's just awesome to have. Nice. The fucking HTC Vive Focus 3. Fuck HTC if you're listening. The Rift,
I don't endorse that. I do not endorse that statement.
Oh, I fucking do, because they don't care about us, bastards.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Yeah, sure. The HoloLens, the fucking InReal headset. I love that thing. Or the little glasses. I still got to send back the Snapchat spectacles before they fucking sue me. So you know.
What?
Well, I was supposed to send those back like a while ago, and I forgot. I'm busy, damn it.
Yeah, those are the worst types of. Those are the worst type of dev kits. The ones you gotta send back.
Yeah, those ones. And then I got the 2 Nolo Sonics over there too. Yeah.
I got one of those little plastic things you put your phone in.
Quest 2s. I have one of those too.
I can actually link it to my computer and use it for 3DOF like PC VR. That was what I had before I got the first Quest. So I can only play like racing games and stuff.
I want to get another Lenovo Explorer just to fucking have, because technically that was my first, like my own first VR headset.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard of the Lenovo 700, something like that?
No.
Oh, it's this new one that's very similar to the Ichiyu 3. So I may be getting both of those. So
I don't know. I
they
kind of
explained
want
to
to
me the
collect
difference,
like
but I
at least
forgot what it
one of
said.
every
Basically, I
headset.
know I can tell one is black and the other one's not, but I don't know what
Yeah,
the difference is
both
besides
of them
that.
I want to collect one of every headset. That sounds like a great idea. Just have them on like plastic heads on a shelf along the walls of the office.
I'm sad I haven't gotten any Chinese companies messaging me other than Pico that one time.
Yeah,
Like I want some.
I'm
free
probably gonna reach
Chinese
out to Pico at
headsets.
some point, but like, yeah, Nolo
you
reached
should.
out. We couldn't come to a deal with Nolo, unfortunately.
Do you want me to send you the context for the one I'm talking to? Like,
That sounds
I
great.
mean, their porting fees are what I would consider generous, but I mean, for you, it's probably not that much money. But they offered me. I'll send you their information if you are
Sure.
curious about their headset.
Definitely. I mean, I think
Yeah.
I told you guys what Nolo offered, and it wasn't enough for us. So
I remember you saying it, and then I remember
You didn't give
looking
us
at
a
that.
dollar amount, but we can tell us that in like the chat so you don't break your NDA
yeah, I'll tell you in the chat.
publicly.
I mean, it wasn't enough to cover like payroll for a month in order to like actually deal
Oh
with.
shoot, really?
Yeah, like it wasn't enough to, or it might have covered like a month barely. I can't remember. But it wasn't enough for us to derail the project for a month.
You know
or
what's
more.
great is I got a buddy that he's using Unity and he's using the same VR plugins as me, like almost all the same ones. And he's he's an engineer and his wife's an engineer. They're both working out, really smart guys, but well, to say they already ported their game. They got it going on like the Pico and on the Ichiyu headset, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, if you want us to port your game, like you could just pay us like a couple $1,000s out of your porting fees, and we'll do it for you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I may actually do that."
Yeah, that's pretty great. Maybe
That is
maybe
pretty
I could just
nice.
like find a porting company to do it. Just take a little bit off the top or something. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's already like did it for his game, so it's like pretty easy.
I mean, yeah, we couldn't even get fucking the Heartlands demo running at all on their headset. It wouldn't compile for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That stuff's definitely not my specialty. That's why I'm glad I found someone to help me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
we're
that was
good
our
at
agreement too.
programming my
Is
own
like,
stuff,
you
but
know, send us the
understanding
dev
like
kits and
plugins and engines and shit. That's like, I mean, I can get by on it, but I find it frustrating. You know, I'd rather just program my own shit from scratch. That's what I like doing.
Yeah, we've had to like seriously do a bunch of like modifications to Unreal to like we're like combining all these different like SDKs and stuff for like to get it to run on like PSVR and like the various other headsets, and it's been kind of not
Makes
fun.
sense.
You got different
Not a fun
branches, right? They're not
experience.
just like all in the same like.
Yeah, they're not. They're all different. They're all different branches, and then we gotta like combine them into one Franken branch, and it's like a big fucking fun time.
We're probably gonna mess with I have some ideas, and we're probably gonna mess with the actual engine's mobile renderer soon, and see if I can fuck with it a little bit and get us some better range output without the expense of HDR. So
I'm making like a flat version of my game too. Like I got contracted to do like under NDA, but basically like the mechanics for my game are gonna be used to make like another game like promoting this thing. so I'm like, well, since I'm like already reskinning it to make a flat version anyways, I might as well just make a flat version of my actual game, and
that's
I don't know, sell it for a couple bucks or give it to Patreons or something.
We have like our devs use like a flat version of the game to like quickly debug things or like quickly test stuff without having to be in VR sometimes. So like I
had one like that, but it was a really simple one. Like the player controllers had a sword, and when you push the button, it like poked out. Like
yeah.
How I put an actual thing in an animation.
It's pretty shit. It's pretty shit, but like it like if I could release it like that, it wouldn't be the end of the world at some point. But I don't want to until like the game's like run out of sales in VR.
Yeah, that would be. And then you can launch on the Switch.
Yeah, sorry I keep coughing.
COVID.
Kakona. No, I was sick. I don't know if I had COVID or not because I didn't bother to get testing because I don't leave my house. But like, I had something for like a month that I was just sick, coughing, and dying for like a whole month. So I still have a little bit of a cough. Some shit.
Fun.
Yeah. Your face is fun.
That's
I
a
know.
weird fucking statement.
Man, you've been so quiet over here.
Yeah, you guys have been just going on. So
What the hell
soaking
is
it in.
this? You have notes?
Oh, you're in a different build.
Oh, I asked you. You said, didn't you? I asked if we needed to update. You said no, right?
Oh, we might have. Maybe we took that out of the main build I have, but yeah, it should be.
Wait, there's
somewhere.
notes. What the fuck are on the notes?
There's notes over here. It says, "Welcome to the VR Verdict episode number 120, our weekly podcast where we talk everything VR. I'm PJ. I'm Wookie, and we would like to share VR with you."
Nice. What do you see playing on the screen then?
I see Sushi Ben. I see Slaughterhouse. I see Pooplands, and I see. I'm just kidding, Heartlands, and then and I see Boopers, or whatever his name. Whatever that guy's.
Yeah. So from
And
when
then-
they were all on, yeah, last time.
Yeah, and Poop Troopers. Cyril, where are you at, dog?
He's making pirate ships.
Yeah, I saw that.
That
He's
looks
pumping
awesome.
out a lot of content pretty fast. So I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little card game I'm working on is just about ready to be launched, but like I got like a bunch of more like contract and boarding to do, so I may like push that back. Because I was like my sales are starting to dip off a little bit on Samurai Slaughterhouse. Probably because I didn't post as much on TikTok, but I was like, let me release this little like driving game real quick. But then like all this other stuff came up, so I may just hold off.
Oh,
on,
did
like,
you
releasing it.
Did you post your driving game much on TikTok?
No, just a little bit. I've been trying to wait till I can like actually release it. That way, when people see it and get excited about it, they can actually go out and
Yeah.
buy it. Like
That makes sense. That makes sense.
because you get all that excitement, and then like you know, you gotta.
I mean, you could try directing
Uh,
it to your Patreon or
check
something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I was just
people are
curious
just crazy
how your
about that,
Tik.
too.
I was curious how your TikTok game's been going.
It's been alright. I've been like kind of neglecting it, to be honest. Like,
What do you guys even
Hmm.
post on TikTok? Like, I don't really get
I
the
don't
format.
like. I have no idea. I fucking
just
suck at
random
it.
clips from my game. Especially the best one is like one that has like kind of a build up. So there'll be like a enemy, and like you kind of see them from far away, and they either run at you or you sneak up to them and then just kill them. And that's the TikTok. Or like there's like this
That's
hot
it.
spring areas in my game, and there's like girls sitting there with bikinis, and fish
With
also
no
swim
jiggle
around.
physics. With no jiggle physics.
No
Come
titty
on.
bones.
No, those girls have jiggle physics. No,
No,
two
those-
of the
oh,
girls
those-
there do, but
those-
one doesn't.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
She didn't have boob bones. So, but two of the girls have jiggle physics. But and also fish swim around in like the hot springs. So usually just to try to make it look like the video has a point, like I'll go and like catch a fish, and then the girls in the bikinis, like you can see them, and
Mhm.
people like that, and it gets like hundreds of thousands of
People
views.
like
So
kids are into that, you know.
yeah, they
Yeah.
like the boobs and the
Yeah.
big eyes and all that.
I would have liked that as a kid for sure. I would have been like, "Get me in there, let me in." VR girls in VR. Oh my god.
Yeah, and you got the trick is like to pretend that it's not about girls. That way, like they
Yeah.
don't feel weird, like that they like it. They're like, oh no,
exactly.
I like fighting and like killing people.
Yeah, I'm an honorable samurai.
Not here to look at the boobs. Those are just
Just not
happen
here
to
for
be
the
there.
women. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not playing Witcher because I like the naked women. I like fighting elves, supposedly.
Yeah. And the naked people are a bonus, you know. Games are great.
Yep.
I miss Johnny. Feel like I haven't talked to Johnny in like 100 years.
Yeah. He's been having a lot going on. Poor guy. Johnny's great.
Yeah. He popped on one week when my guest got sick and had to back out last minute, and he popped on and just chatted for an
Nice.
hour and a half. So that's cool.
I watched like the first 30 minutes of that, but yeah.
Yeah, I got a bit of that one, but like afterwards, like if it already happened.
That's when I was in at SIGGRAPH.
Yeah.
But I thought, how was that? You had a good time?
The SIGGRAPH was fucking awesome. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, you met my Unreal Material tutorial idol.
But yeah, Ben's awesome. Yeah.
Dude, that guy is like no one on YouTube makes tutorials better than him. That guy is.
I feel bad for him though, because like people like, I'm sorry, but there are stupid fucking questions. And like Megan and I, my wife and I we were standing there because she's learning materials, and like the main reason she wanted to go to SIGGRAPH was to meet Ben. And like there's a bunch of fucking people like after his little class thing just standing around asking stupid fucking questions. Like one guy was like, why is it the X, Y, and Z coordinate? What the fuck kind of question is that? Because it is.
I mean, come on, bro.
It's not like he designed like Unreal from scratch.
No, there are there are definitely stupid questions.
Yeah, but like everyone's, you don't know how new they are. There could just be like fucking.
Okay, I have never asked that question myself.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just something that he obviously wouldn't know the answer to. Also, like,
I mean, they're asking the question because they don't know the answer, bro. Like that's the whole point, man.
No, but I'm saying the person like they're asking wouldn't know the answer. Like that's like whoever created Unreal would know why Z is up. No one else didn't know.
I'm just saying there are dumb questions, and I felt bad for Ben because he even seemed like, "What the fuck kind of question is that?" I don't know. He was nice though. He was great. Yeah.
Damn.
Showed him my fake reflection skin shader shit. And I was like,
nice.
oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's no one makes better tutorials. Everyone else,
he's fucking great. Yeah.
Most tutorials on YouTube suck ass because they don't edit them. They're not concise. They're just fucking.
Yeah.
Well, it's like 5 minutes of them like telling jokes and stuff for like 30 seconds of information.
Intros.
The amount of people that I've seen that like do tutorials on something and they leave in like shader compiling time. I want to drive to their house and do terrible things to them. What the fuck is wrong with them? They don't do that. You can't edit a fucking video, moron.
That's why I don't like post videos. I just say they're live streams because then I have an excuse not to edit them.
Yeah, I guess. I still really want to do like studio live streams, but like we have a certain brand of humor around the studio that might get us like banned on Twitch.
Jesus, dude, I can only imagine. I
mean, okay, so like my like Nathan and Joy both agree that like I'm like a 2012 Xbox Live lobby, just minus the racism. So yeah, if that tells you anything.
So it's just all homophobia then?
No, not really. I mean, I'll joke about sucking a dick myself, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, $20 is $20, that kind of thing.
Like, I know YouTube doesn't care. That's why I just stream to YouTube. Twitch might be like, you can't be drinking beer on camera. It's like, well, this is how I work. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Sound like an alcoholic, but I
put it in a G Fuel bottle. It's fine.
Exactly. They'll never know.
They don't even know.
Dude, I would love to get sponsored by one of those fucking energy drink fucking things. Like, I'll put
really,
a G Fuel potion in the game.
Because I just got hit up by one to see if they wanted us to. It's not really like a sponsorship though. They just send you free shit, and if people buy from your like coupon code or whatever, you get money back. So
yeah,
was it G Fuel?
Great. I don't know. Like I will put
it was something with
that shit.
A frog on it. I don't know.
I don't know. I would definitely like make a G Fuel potion for the game. Just like fucking put it in there in order to get free energy drinks because I have a problem. I'm sure you guys are aware.
Yeah. Which one is G Fuel? Is that one of those gamer ones that has like the bright colors and like an animal on it? Just message them.
Like all the YouTubers have their own brand of it. They have like the PewDiePie flavor, the fucking ninja flavor.
Dude, the fucking
there's people that have like
candy
200
flavor
followers
so
and like get sponsored by them. Like I'm pretty sure you can get them to like give you some money to put a brand in their game or like a bunch of free.
I don't even care about that. I just want free energy drinks. We spend like $20 a week on like Red Bull.
G Fuel.
I start drinking energy drinks. I drink
tastes like pow. I don't know about you guys, but G Fuel is just taste. I don't know if you guys have tried it, but it's like very. I tried it for the first time this couple of days ago.
I love it. It's a problem.
But isn't it like just drinking powder at that point? Like it just feels very. It feels disgusting. It has the worst mouthfeel out of anything I've ever drank in my life.
I remember drinking creatine powders when I work out a lot.
I'll drink anything.
Yeah, it's worse than creatine powder.
Really?
Creatine powder actually has a better mouthfeel. Because like
there are some bad fucking flavors out there. Like I hate Rain. That's the brand that I hate. Except for the white gummy bear. That one's delicious.
It doesn't taste bad. It just leaves your mouth like you ate a bunch of chocolate.
Yeah, dude. The shit does not dissolve in liquid. So like, I tried so many things. Like I tried I put boiling water in a pitcher and tried to dissolve the G Fuel, but G Fuel is so fucking powerful that it just
Well,
still
why would you
sits
get a
at the
powdery
bottom.
kind? Just get the cans of it.
What? I don't, dude. That's a waste of space.
What?
And money. Just get
So
the
are
powder.
most people. We keep them around anyway. Just do it. It's fine.
I told you I live on the top floor of my apartment, and carrying groceries is hell. If I had to do that,
Yeah.
that would be.
Also, why are you like why don't you get delivered like groceries delivered? You live in a major city.
They won't deliver it. My apartment complex is closed off, and they have like a package drop off place.
You should move.
Package drop off places.
So I don't even get packages delivered to my door. I have to go to the fucking package drop off center and like type in a code.
That would be a huge negative for me living in that kind of place because I order an unholy amount of stuff from Amazon.
I do too, and I have like 20 packages down there that I have to go get, and I don't want to get them because I have to climb up the fucking stairs. It's like there's. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing at this apartment. I thought because heavy packages that I can't carry by myself, I thought they would still bring them to my fucking door, but they don't. And I have to I can't, there's just shit sitting in there. I can't carry it physically. It's just like, I have to call friends anytime I get like a
no
heavy
refrigerator.
What? I can't buy any refrigerator for my apartment. I don't think that's illegal. Speaking of refrigerators, the refrigerator in this apartment is so fucking short. Like I'm like 6'2" or something, and I can't use it because it's so short. I've never seen a fridge under 6 feet before. It's so fucking short.
But don't you normally use like the bottom shelf in your fridge? Isn't that the same thing?
You didn't. You're 6'2". You don't seem like you'd be that tall. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know, bro. For some reason, I think that Justin, for instance, is like 5'7".
Yeah.
What? I'm not that short. I'm like 5'10", 5'11".
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I swear I thought you were like maybe 5'10", 5'5", somewhere.
It's understandable.
Nah.
Latinos are pretty short normally.
Wait, how tall are you, Justin?
When I calibrated my height in VR the other day, it said it either says 5'10" or 5'11". I don't know
Nice.
how tall I actually am. I don't remember.
I'm 5'10". Yeah.
I was playing some kind of VR kung fu game though, and it calibrated.
Did you guys see my Twitter post about me making all the characters in my game too tall and then not noticing
I remember that now. Yeah.
until the short king, all the short kings on my team played the demo, and they're like, "What the fuck? Why is everyone giant?" I'm like, "No, they're not. I'm taller than all of them." And they're like, "They're massive." And I'm like, "What?" Because I made all the characters like either eye height to me or like slightly shorter or like slightly taller because I wanted to have some characters that were taller than me. Apparently,
I think you should remove your shins and then you'll be fine.
So your game world doesn't scale based on the player size?
No.
Mine does. You know what's funny is I started playing sitting down, and I didn't realize it doesn't detect that you're sitting down. So it just thought like a little kid was playing. So all me, I'm like 3 feet tall and all these tiny little baby hands, and everyone that I'm fighting is like 3 feet tall.
I've never considered
PJ. Next time you play Samurai Slaughterhouse, boot it up and load in sitting down. It's the best.
That's so
you're
fucking
playing
funny.
mini world.
What if you start playing on the ground and then you just stand up?
So the character, because there's a limit to how high the IK can go, he would walk around on his tippy toes, and you would kind of be outside of your head. That's the thing too, is because he's smaller, his arms are short too, so you have to play with T-Rex arms when you're fighting. Because if you put your arm out, it only stretches so far.
Dude, we need a spectator. We need a spectator view of you doing that. That would be fun.
Spectator mode, but because everything's to scale, you can't tell unless you're in VR. That's what sucks. I recorded it because I was like,
so weird.
I was like, this is hilarious. I got to record it. But then when you look at the recording, you can't tell because everything is scaled down.
I think I'm going to do the opposite. Funny. I'm going to get on a stool so I'm at eye height with fucking Mr. Giant over here and see how it feels.
That sounds like a cool reverse big head mode, like old cheat code days.
Yeah.
And because I'm making my game in Japan, right? Everything is shorter than in the US, so I'm constantly feeling I'm constantly feeling like everything is the wrong height because it's shorter than average.
I mean, scale is difficult in general in games,
Yeah, because in anime, the characters, the backgrounds in anime, they look like U.S. proportions because the backgrounds look so tall in anime compared to like the characters or whatever. But like in real life, it's like fucking everything's short, or a heck of a lot shorter over there, and it's really disorienting for me.
It's like when you order clothes from Japan and it's like tiny. It's like, dude, this is their largest like size. It's like a medium.
Yeah, there's this there's this Korean clothing brand that I used to really like when I was a freshman in college, and it's called Virgin Black, by the way. And I would always take a risk when buying pants because the sizes might not fit, and I was like, fuck. And sometimes I'd be like so excited to get these like really cool like pants, and they wouldn't fit, and it's like I can't send it back because I'm fucking Korea. So it's just like I have to like just live with them in my closet forever.
You have to like hold them and like jump up and down until you're in them.
Yeah. Damn, I missed that store. Probably out of business now, but what a stupid name. Virgin Black. What the fuck,
I know, it makes you think of like those kids in high school that would just be like in the corner just with like the fishnets on their arms
asshole.
and shit.
That was me.
Yeah, the fishnets on your arms and stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. Emo. I was like a super big emo kid in high school.
I could see that.
Hell yeah. I went through. I even went through the phase. I don't know if you guys might be too. I don't remember how old you guys are, but like, do you guys remember Jinkos?
Fucking twin
cannon.
It was like the pair of jeans that like. That sounds like something you would remember.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yep. Jinkos, baby. They're like the jeans that have like they're like parachute pants. They're like the jeans that are like have these massive like legs. They're like basically like wearing a dress.
I never had them, so I didn't know their name. But I know what you're talking
and they
about.
had like they had these cool fucking designs on the back of their pocket, so you know it was legit. Fucking
Jinkos, just like
dude.
Parachute pants.
Yeah, but they're jeans. And they're fucking, I don't know, they were fucking cool as shit. And it's like there was this version called the twin cannons where it was like these like just massive fucking, they're so big, the size of them are so big that it covers your shoes.
I guess that people that wore them thought they were cool.
Dude, they were cool as fuck. I don't give a shit, dude. I wore that every day. Jinkos,
sounds
baby. There was
pretty bad.
There was like Jinko mafias, bro. People get like knifed for their Jinkos. Be like, fucking, give me your pants. You got those you got the collector edition with the skull kit on it. Oh, God,
yeah.
I'm into those people.
I forget how like elderly you guys are sometimes.
Yeah, dude. You're a fucking. I keep forgetting you're a child.
When you're in high school, there's still people that dress like they're from the Matrix. Like that was pretty popular when I was in high school.
When I was in high school, that was illegal because you couldn't wear trench coats.
Oh, really? No, that
because of Columbine. So
these kids totally wanted like to look like they're in the Matrix. They had the glasses and everything. The trench coat all black.
That's awesome. I probably would have been one of those kids, to be honest. Fucking and. Yeah, I made a joke because like we have this partner game where you have to like the player gives you a watch, right? Or the NPC gives you a watch to wear. And I was like, let's just do it like one of those slap wristbands. And no one in my team fucking had a clue what I was talking about.
Oh, those things
they don't exist. Because no one had a clue. And I was like, the 90s slap wristband thingies. And they're like, no, I don't get it. It's like, fine.
They gave it to you at the book fair.
Yeah.
I do remember those things. That was fun.
I don't know how. Yeah, see, like you're still young and you still at least kind of know what those are. Like,
yeah, I mean, I had older like cousins and like a sibling, and they had those things.
There we go.
I've been at the arcade with only 10 tickets left over.
Yeah, exactly. Those were at the arcade. Dude, you know what else made me feel like a boomer recently? These fucking. So I was watching this new season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I was getting annoyed at all the screaming. But back in the day when like a few years ago, I was like, I love anime acting because they're so emotional and expressive and there's like screaming and it's just really wild and intense sometimes. But then I was watching, I was like, this is getting annoying. So like,
they are a little over the top in JoJo though.
Yeah, I'm finally getting a little old, maybe.
I don't really plan to get old. I'm just gonna
old.
You're already old, bro.
I'm just gonna kind of, go out with a toaster. I'll be all right.
You already sound old. I think
You're
you
like born
there's
a
no point-
cranky old man. Like he came out with his mom and he was like, "Get off my lawn."
Yeah. Yeah, he's screaming, "It's GIF! It's GIF! I mean, it's GIF! Damn it!" His mom was like sending out memes on Facebook or MySpace, calling them
MySpace.
GIFs.
Jesus.
She's like, "Look, honey, look at this GIF," and then she, then a baby comes out and fucking. It's Robert. And he's like, he's so pissed about her calling it GIFs for 9 months while she's in the loop.
I'm pissed about a lot of things for no good reason.
Perfect.
Elderly in that way, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not passionate about stuff to get that upset about anything.
I get passionate about all kinds of stupid shit.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Just like,
I'm very animated.
Life is too short for me to like waste energy on that. It's just like, bro.
I have copious amounts. I'll be okay.
Copious amounts. I just
That's all
like
that gamer fuel you're drinking.
Probably.
yeah, dude, it's all those
Unhealthy
energy
amounts of
drinks,
Red Bull.
bro.
It's sleep deprivation and caffeine.
Hell yeah.
Good combination.
America.
Well, my Quest battery is about to die, so I'm probably gonna head out. But this was a
Yeah,
lot of
saying,
fun.
I think we're
an
way
hour
off
and a half.
topic now, but
Yeah, this is good.
Talking
was
about
fun.
Robert's mom, it's time to go.
There's a whole story there that you guys don't have time for. Trust me.
I got bits and pieces of it here and there.
Yeah,
I'll
you
let
know,
Dima
cough drops.
finish smoking his bong.
drugs and abuse, fun times.
Oh god,
jeez.
dude! All right, no, that's too real for me. I'm not.
That's a different
Exactly.
podcast.
Exactly. It's time for us to end this.
It's time to go. All right, thank you, boys. I'll see you all next month.
See you guys.
Everyone.
Farewell.